Shalom! It's Reuben Ebrahimoff the Haftorahman with this week's Haftarah. We just finished reading the Parashat of VaYigash, and in it, Joseph, and his brother Yehuda have this conversation, and this is why we read this Haftarah, because it's a continuation of this story between the two brothers. But now, 1,000 years later, it's a story about not just two brothers, but two tribes in the state of Israel. What book does it come from? It comes from the book of Yechezkel, or Ezekiel. Chazak El, God is strong. This is a man who witnessed the destruction and the exile of the Jewish people. As a matter of fact, the first words in his book is this phase of a vision called Ma'aseh HaMerkavah, the heavenly throne, the vision of the throne lifting itself up and away from the holy temple. It was God's way of saying, I'm no longer going to be with this nation and with this land anymore the way that it's behaving. So here you have a story from the book of Yechezkel. It's in chapter 37, right after the story of the valley of the dry bones, the very famous story. And now he tells Ezekiel, God speaks to Ezekiel in a vision, and he says, I want you to do the following. Take 2 pieces of wood, and I want you to put them together, and people are going to ask you, what is this all about? And you're going to tell them, well, to tell you what it's all about is, us brothers, we've been fighting from way back, but that's not going to be the case anymore. Now that we've been exiled, but we're going to return to the land of Israel. And when we return to the land of Israel, we are going to be one family, brothers together. So, Yechezkel is referred to as Ben Adam, son of man. He's the only man referred to that in all of Tanakh, in all of the books of the prophets. Some people say it was because that he saw the heavenly throne, they thought he was an angel. So people kept saying, listen, I'm just a human being. He's just a human being. They use that Ben Adam. So it explains that the Jewish people, Yehuda, was with the southern tribe where the temple stood, and that Israel, Ephraim, Shomron, is how it was referred to, is where the 10 northern tribes were. First the 10 northern tribes were exiled, and then the 2 southern tribes were eventually exiled by Nebuchadnezzar. Ezekiel is saying, you guys are going to come back. And when you come back, all the nation is going to be put back together as one united monarchy. So this is the beautiful message of this week's Haftarah that he's explaining to us, that we will come back as a nation. God will return to the city of Jerusalem. The temple will be rebuilt. And that all other nations, all people in the planet are going to see that the Jewish people are living in Jerusalem with their temple in a messianic age, all worshiping God happily. Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy the Haftarah.